The only way to start is to just start. So, hi, and welcome to the Spiteful Positivity podcast with me, Andrea of Authentic Andrea. So, my podcast is really just me sharing my thoughts and perspectives. And, I normally have like a theme for the week. And I notice that it's not just me that goes through something, I notice other people go through it too. So, I make an episode about this under half an hour. So stick around while you do some dishes or some housework. Maybe it's a good excuse for you to go do some housework, and I'll come keep you company here on the side. But yeah, so maybe you could just look at your life differently, because really your life isn't filled with problems, but it's the way that you view those problems which is the problem. So if I can help you shift your focus and see that your life isn't actually that bad, and then also remind you that you have the power to create a life that you love waking up to every morning. It is possible. It actually is possible. And what's really keeping you stuck is yourself. As I like to say often, you are the problem, but that means you're also the solution. So stick around and follow me, like, share, and subscribe to the channel and to the rest of my socials, just for a little bit of inspiration. It might hit you today, it might hit you next week, last week, 3 lifetimes from now. So I hope to see you stick around and enjoy today's episode. So today's episode, guys, is going to be about consistency. Yes. And it's such an interesting topic because it's the easiest, but also like the hardest thing at the same time. It's such a paradox because, let me show you. I love to go to the gym, right? I'm a bodybuilder in the making, and I've also done 2 bodybuilding shows. And I find it so interesting when I'm in prep and I'm busy with this, and I always meet people and they go, oh, I could never do what you do. I could never eat the same thing every day, gym 5 days a week or however many. And it's just, it's the same thing over and over. But yet, we, as humans, we don't like change. We don't like to make change. We're too scared to make changes. And then they do the same thing every weekend by partying, or they've got the same unhealthy, toxic partners or friend groups or situations, and like they live the same day over and over again. And I'm looking at them going, I could never. I don't know how you do it. So make it make sense. Life is consistent. I mean, taxes are consistent, stupid people are consistent, death is consistent. Persistent, jeez. That got morbid very quickly. No, so life is the same thing over and over every day, is it not? It is consistent. But yet, we struggle to stay consistent with anything that we deem as healthy or like good for us. Why do we struggle to stay consistent with clean eating, working out, being nicer to ourselves, taking care of our bodies, taking care of our mindsets, spiritual hygiene? Why is that so difficult? And I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but let's chat about this, and maybe, sorry, I'm holding this as well. Well, let's have a chat and let's see at the end of these 26, 27 minutes if we learn something together. So what I've experienced in the last week is, for me personally, creating this channel, and the test has been for God or the universe. I'm not religious. I have faith. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to fight with you. Take it up with God on your own time. So the test here is, can I remain consistent? When I have 20 subscribers, and who am I to have the audacity to have a YouTube channel? I don't even have 500 followers on Instagram, but I have a course which is 20% off the Self-Rescue Blueprint for the whole of July. I'm just saying. I'll talk about that later. I have a course, I have a YouTube channel, I'm staying consistent. I have a Calendly link now so that you can book your one-on-one coaching. Who am I to have the audacity to live a life and be completely delulu and I have no clients yet? I'm just going to call it out for what it is. Can I stay consistent through the highs, through the lows? Can I stay consistent? Like today, I might not be totally feeling it. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't really know I have a full thing to say. But I'm going to remain consistent, not for you, but for me, because this is my dream. And if I'm going to be doing this as my lifestyle, I need to remain consistent, even when it's tough, even when it's dry, even when I have a squeaky chair. Can I remain consistent? And this is a test for me. And then also, when I'm on like a bajillion subscribers and a fantillion amounts of Instagram followers or whatever, I'm going to go, I'm so glad I stayed consistent. And this is also proof to you guys. So I'm bringing you guys along for the journey. And you can watch me make this, even if it doesn't look like much right now. I'm doing the thing so I can embody what I'm teaching my clients to show you guys like it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. And for the most part, again, you are the main thing that's getting in your way. Very simple on paper. I was like, is that it? Also, staying consistent, my actual Instagram content, say the last like 100 videos, I have grown. Here's the thing. I'm trying to stay consistent with posting. And even when I do post, my brand, my interests, my direction, my purpose has changed. But I had to post videos where I sound robotic and I'm all clean and put together and I'm trying to become the online persona Andrea, the coach Andrea, instead of just being authentically Andrea. You see the difference? And I think people are confused. And this is probably going to be a snippet for Instagram, but I don't blame you guys for being confused. Because it's like, what is she now? Is she a holistic online health and wellness coach? Is she a life coach? Is she a transformational wellness? Like, what is she? So I've stayed inconsistent, but it's not. See, here's the problem. There's two ways to look at it. It's like, she's inconsistent. She doesn't know what she's doing. Or, shush, listen. Or am I trying different things, throwing stuff at the wall to see what fits, to see what actually suits me? And I had to go through those different versions to become this version now. It's been a process. And I shouldn't feel bad about that. I shouldn't feel bad. And I'm not going to feel, hang on, what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to feel bad for changing, for evolving, for growing and then stopping. And you know what? It's all been a part of the process. It's all a part of the journey. So again, it's how you look at it that is the problem. So look at it better. Okay, that's the end of the podcast. I'm just kidding. That's all the advice I have. No. Sounds a lot easier said than done, right? And this is why I love doing what I do with online coaching and one-on-one coaching, which I offer packages, 4 and 8 week packages. You can find all the links on my profiles. And it's because I want to walk the journey with you. I'm here to walk the journey with you. I always wanted someone when I was overweight, when I didn't know what to do in the gym, when I didn't know what to eat, doing this, setting everything up. I've done everything on my own. I'm like, all I've ever wanted was for someone to be there with me, just to sit in it and like hold my hand and be like, we're going to get through this together. So that's why I've become that person for me. And now I am here to be that person for you too. Because like, no matter what you're going through, you could just need a little bit of a self-confidence boost. Maybe you've got some limiting beliefs or you've got some generational chatter that you are still carrying, which doesn't actually belong to you. And within 4 weeks or 8 weeks, we slowly unpack. We slowly take off what no longer belongs to you so that you can be yourself and feel like yourself and live like yourself. Man, it's again, it's not easy because some days I'm going, bro, what am I doing? Going through all of these highs and lows, I've learned to trust myself and to be that person with myself in this, no matter what I'm going through, the highs, the lows, the lack of support from family, some friends, like the people on Instagram. I don't think it's like when I wasn't trying to be a coach and getting reach, I was getting loads of likes. And now that I'm putting myself out there and I'm like, hey guys, I've got things to offer, it's like crickets. And that's also completely fine because it's teaching me to trust the process and to keep going and to keep being consistent, even if no one else is clapping for me. My clapping for myself has to be the loudest. And I'm saying this not just to be like, me, you too. The way that we show up for ourselves, how consistent we are for ourselves, shows how we can be consistent for other people. If you're an inconsistent friend, think of it that way. It's probably because you're inconsistent with yourself. So for me to stay consistent, that's probably been one of my biggest challenges, from trying to eat clean or knowing how to eat clean. And then once I do know how to stick to a diet, because now I eat really nice food and it's all within my macros, and I've never been happier. It's amazing. But it's because I've also stopped demonizing and how I look at the issue. So, how are you going to stay consistent? Where are you not being consistent? Because also, that's probably where most of your frustrations lie. I'm just saying. It's like, oh, I can't seem to, for me, for example, get more followers on Instagram. It's like, well, it's because the responsibility comes back to me. It's not the algorithm's fault. It's not other people's fault. I need to stay consistent with my messaging and how I show up online. It is, I need to stay consistent in believing in myself because that dips and fades every now and again. But I can't do anything about this chair. There's two hosts in this podcast. Clearly, it's me and my chair. So much to say. So just to show you, just to let you know that your life isn't terrible. You are not broken for not being able to make better choices and decisions. You're stuck and you don't know how to unstuck. Or maybe you do know how to. Like, the steps you have to do. It's like, oh, I just need to eat clean. But how can you make that more personal to yourself? Break it down and be like, where can you take responsibility? And this is where my shameless plug of the self-rescue blueprint is coming in. Guys, like I said, it's about 7 modules and it takes you through claiming responsibility. What do you want in life? What you don't want in your life, like boundaries and how to set them. But I really like the course because it flows really nicely and you can it's a PDF, download it once, and you can go through it over and over. And the more you do it, the deeper you'll get to understanding and knowing yourself and claiming back power in your life. It all comes down to you. You're the problem. I'm saying this, but I say it with love, guys. And I think once it really clicked for me that it's up to me to make a choice, to make changes, to stay consistent, to show up for myself, and to do the scary thing. Oh my gosh, continuously. I'm able to do the scary thing because I know that I have better coping mechanisms. I know that I have better trust and faith and belief in myself. And my trust and faith and belief is only stronger because I've had other people not believe in me. Can we just listen to the weight of that? Let me put this into an example for you to maybe understand. You in your life, you'll be in situations where you think God's punishing you or the universe is punishing you or that you just have bad luck. Look at the situation for what it is. Take a step back and become the observer. Okay, so you feel disrespected at work. How can you flip that onto yourself? Because instead of being a victim to your situation, how can you claim your power back and you go, oh, all I need to do is X, Y, Z. Situation shifts when you shift. Like I said, the way you look at the problem is the problem. I know I'm repeating a lot, but it's kind of like these are the fundamentals, guys, these are the fundamentals to changing your life at the base level of it. So you're disrespected at work. That means that you You feel disrespected. So, how can you empower yourself to feel respected? Do you disrespect yourself? And maybe your boss is just a reflection of how you disrespect yourself. But instead of you seeing that you do it to yourself, you need an external thing to come at you and show you. Does that make sense? My romantic life was a direct reflection showing me of how I didn't fully love and accept myself. So I chose partners who would reflect that back to me. So it wasn't them. I'm not going to say anything bad. they were they were the perfect life lesson that I needed to show me that I need to stand up and love and respect myself so much more, and to walk away when things are crappy and not beg and plead. It's like my soul was begging for that love, but I was looking for it in external things when I actually needed to give it back to myself. Does that make sense? So it's up to you. The power lies within you, and your situations around you are just directly reflecting how you feel about yourself or what's going on the inside. So sit with that. Let me know if that resonated. I have a gift, guys. I really do. I'm not going to gatekeep this anymore. I have a gift where tell me your situation and I can see the good or the loophole, and I'm able to flip it and go, oh, if that you're feeling that, if that's your situation, then this is probably what you're feeling. Test me, try me in the comments, or DM me for your coaching. And I promise you, I can show you the good of the situation that you're in. It is a bit annoying to some people, and I'm learning how to just be friend Andrea and coach Andrea. So, again, if you have been affected by me trying to help and to try and show you the good when sometimes you just need a good vent, I truly am sorry. It's like a superpower. Not just me, but like everyone, we all have our powers, right? And think of every superhero movie in the beginning when they're young or whatever. It's like pew, 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 and it's like all over the place because they don't know how to control it. But when you become aware of the power and you start to control it, then I won't be such a knobhead, I guess. But I'm not going to be ashamed of it. So I'm not going to be ashamed of the fact that I can help people. And I love to do it. I love to show you are not the victim. You are main character. You are the main character, but you treat yourself like an NPC background player who's just like beep or fucking walking into walls and stuff. You claim back your power. Life is passing by. There is not, trust me, this whole 2 weeks or so since I registered a company, it had to come down to me, and life does not look the way that I thought it was going to be. There is no perfect time. By not acting because you're scared of what other people are going to say, you're scared of what you're going to look like, you're scared of being cringe, you're scared of saying something that you shouldn't, by holding yourself back, the only person that you're hurting is yourself. You yourself, your inner child, and your soul. Because I've done these things. I've registered a company. I've released a course. I've got one-on-one coaching now that I do. What else have I done? I've got the podcast, and life looks exactly the same. And I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing. Like, it's a meh thing, and then it's a good thing, because all this time when I was waiting for better living conditions, better situations, living in a better town, sorry, not sorry, but or having a better body, having a better add stuff. I was waiting for life to get better before I made it better. And then you wait and you wait and you wait. I've had family members say, when I first qualified as a life coach in 2021, they were like, oh, how are you going to help anyone? You're so young. Like, what do you know? I could have started all of this 4 years ago, but I was waiting for life to get better. I was waiting for approval. I was waiting for validation. What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, do the scary thing. Stay consistent to you. You are all you have in this lifetime, really. You can have friends, you can have loved ones, but you need to rely on yourself, guys. I have a wonderful boyfriend and he is so loving and so supportive, but the best support I've received is from myself. And the lack of external support has made me rely on my own internal support, which goes to show, and this is where God is like, can you stay consistent when no one's clapping? Like I said, when no one else is supporting you, when there's lows, how are you going to keep going? And I had a little chicka, 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 chicka. I'm going to cry, but I'm going to be the little engine that did. Not that could, that did. And I'm claiming that. And I want you to claim this space as your space as well. If you're too scared to do the scary thing, whatever that might be for your life, watch me do it. Watch me get through it. And then you can go, well, if she can do it, then I can do it. So that's why I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do it scared, messy, broke, cringy, inconsistently consistent, and I'm going to grow and show the progress so that maybe, just maybe, one day, sooner than later, you might be inspired to take action as well. And it all starts from within, guys. You really don't have to change the world overnight or take action to change, to reinvent the wheel right now on your own. It's all internal. And that's where, again, the self-rescue blueprint. You start on the inside and then slowly you start becoming comfortable with the life that you want to create, however that looks to you. Everything that is created starts as a thought. You create everything twice. First it's a thought and then you take action. So it's not just, something happens. You can take baby steps. That's the one thing I always recommend to clients, to people who I talk to. If you're going to take changes, if you're going to make changes, if you're going to do anything, start with baby steps, because from personal experience, I get myself lacquer overwhelmed very quickly and then I burn out too quickly because I've learned all the highs and lows of myself. When I do the big scary things, I know, and I go, oh, okay, how are we feeling? Right, take a break. Take a step away from the desk or whatever it might be, come back to it. But I don't run away where I used to before. I mean, I would start making content and I'd stop for like 6 months or 8 months or a year because I would get overwhelmed and flustered trying to create Authentic Andrea as a brand. And now, at least, like recently, I registered the company and Authentic Andrea, Pty Ltd. Yes. It's just cool to say. I really need to hype myself up more about it because I have a freaking company, guys. Anyways, just if you didn't know. And I took 5 days off, and that's okay. It was a big step. I don't have to keep pushing and keep going, and it's fine. Life will carry on, but life will continue if I just step back for a second, because the last thing that I'm going to be victim of is burnout. I've experienced that enough times, and I choose to not go through that again if I have a choice. So to wrap everything up, I hope that you followed that. Today was just a bit of a rant. If you haven't seen the last 5 episodes of the Spiteful Positivity podcast, today's episode was just like an overview, like a too long to read. This is basically what the last 5 episodes have been, but go treat yourself, go watch the other 5. So guys, let me know in the comment section which part stood out for you today. Was there a truth that maybe hit you a little bit too hard, but hopefully nicely? I'm done being aggressive in teaching. I just want to share what I've experienced, and if it just helps you. Sometimes we can hear a message like a bajillion times, and then the one time someone says it and you go, oh, that's what that means. And you go, yeah, that's what I've been talking about. I hope that you found a golden nugget that was useful in this episode today. If you have, let me know which part you resonated down in the comment section. And if you know someone who is also struggling with making a change or believing in themselves, please share it with someone. And tell me if you're feeling inspired. You can put little star emojis if you've made it this far into the comment section for me, just so I know that you've made it this far and you're an absolute trooper. You little powerhouse, you. Yeah, Self Rescue Blueprint, 20% off. I do recommend it, not just because it's my product, but guys, if you're too scared to start with therapy or one on one coaching, this is an awesome way. It's a PDF, you take it at your own pace. And there's like 2 exercises per module, so it's not overwhelming. And they do follow on each other. So as you go, you just get deeper and deeper to get to know yourself, because how do you expect to live a life where you don't really know who you are? I mean, what if you're like a super cool person and you're like so talented and beautiful and wonderful and just you smell nice and you never really knew that? Well, I'm telling you now. Yeah, go love yourself. You're absolutely freaking loved today. And I just want to remind you that authenticity isn't just a vibe, it's not just an aesthetic, it is your superpower. So, guys, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers.